Welcome and thanks for joining me. Last week, I spent the majority of the week reshuffling the workshop. As you can see, I've got some shelving behind me, which was never there before, to make room for the newest machine to join the ranks of the Dean DK Watchmaking Workshop. Before I jump into that, if you watched my last episode about the Watchmaker's faceplate clamps that I made, you'll notice that my Bergeron Watchmaker's vise was like wobbling all over the shop while I was like filing the material. And I put it down to the actual timber bench being damaged. So the beginning of this week, I took the Bergeron Watchmaker's vise plate, clamping plate, off the table to investigate, and revealed, you know what, I think I was rushing at the time that I had done this, and I might have used like some sort of silicone, anyway, oils, cleaning fluid that I used to wipe my bench down. Things seeped down the gap between the clamp and the timber and got in there and just destroyed some of the adhesive that I had used. The timber got soggy. I had to remove a lot of the timber away to get to some dry material, and then there's a specific height that the clamp needs to be at, and I had to just make a timber piece that would fit into that slot and give enough height, and also at least it will have some new timber to like screw down into as well. So I just used normal PVA wood glue. It's super strong. And now the vise is like so much stronger than it was before. It's really good. I'm very happy. I also put a bit of just clear sealant around so fluids don't get down into that gap. One thing that I want to mention is that I love eBay, and one of my guilty pleasures is just, you know, sitting on the computer and just trawling through watchmaker tools, machines, lathes, mills, jig borers. You know, I could go for days, and I always hit the used. So around Christmas time, I had seen a machine for sale on eBay, which I think is going to help me advance my watchmaking capabilities. It was on Buy It Now. I had also make an offer. I got in contact with them. During Christmas time, I was really busy. I didn't have the funds. I needed to make the funds available, so I was clearing out the workshop, seeing what tools and stuff I could sell. I scraped together almost enough funds and I made an offer. So last Friday, my brother-in-law made a 2,200 kilometer journey, which is about 1,360 miles or so. And yeah, we just went up and back, picked the machine up, came back. So this is the Scripta pantograph. It's the SR3D model. I was first introduced to pantographs used in watchmaking by Masahiro Kikuno. I saw a YouTube video on him, and he was using the pantograph to make the pieces of his watch. And then I also discussed it with like Oliver from OBR Horology, also Jack Elam, and yeah, when I got over to Switzerland, I saw that Henry Corpella had a pantograph, and they used it in his watchmaking school at the KHWCC. Also, when I met with Vianney Halter in his workshop, he showed me his first pantograph that he had used to make the Antiqua watch, because he couldn't afford to get the parts CNC machined. And so I think it just opens up, you know, the capabilities that can be achieved. If you don't know how a pantograph works, basically you put something here, or you can trace, you know, a drawing, and it cuts it over here. This is a spindle, and cuts it at a reduced ratio, and you can set the ratio by adjusting the spindle position on this lever arm and also this position here on this arm. You know, I would have loved a large decool or Alexander pantograph, but I physically just don't have the room. But this pantograph fits perfectly in my workshop. It's about 85 kilos. I'm really not too familiar with these machines. I only really know the basic concept of, you know, cutting it at a reduced scale. So if any of you have used the pantograph or know how it works, maybe you could help me out. In other pantographs, I've seen there's a actual Z-axis within the spindle, but it seems the scripter is hinged over here, and this allows, you know, the up and down movement. But I guess when I move it down, the actual spindle becomes angled. So I guess if I was cutting something in two-dimensional, I'd have the piece set here that when I go into like the groove, that this is exactly perpendicular to the table. But I'm just, just not too sure how this works. I haven't read the brochure completely, but from what I've read so far, it doesn't really give a good explanation of how this feature works. So how to use these style of pantographs, I'd love to know. So that's what's been happening. There has been a bit of delay in the videos. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really happy about it, but you know, that's life. But look how clean my bench is. I've never seen my bench this clean. How clean is my bench? I'm very happy. I was really happy with the machine. Thought I'd show you guys. So, you know, this is just a quick update. Looking forward to seeing you in the next episode where we start getting into the work again.